All right, welcome back. Just want to talk about some mods that I've done to my R7. Last video I kind of talked about the eBay SC Project exhaust and kind of the way I did it and stuff. I will be changing a couple little things, which I'll talk about in this video. But just kind of wanted to go through a couple things. And guys, I'm definitely going to get a GoPro and we're going to have some on-road footage. I'm a twisties guy. I like to get down on cornering, as you can tell. Not big on the highway, cruising around in groups and stuff. I kind of like to go out by myself sometimes, or maybe with my dad. He has a 23 CBR 1000RR. But anyways, let's get into the R7 because that's what you guys are here for. Obviously, did the SC Project exhaust from eBay for the MT-07. We've already kind of talked about that, but I'll just show it real quick. The clamp, I'll grab that real quick here. The clamp isn't great. Not a big fan of this cheap kind of rubber with the metal and just putting it there. I don't know. It just, not a big fan of it, but I think I'm going to try and integrate something. I do have a little bit of room in here to where I might possibly shorten this up just a hair, just to bring everything in a little bit, get this in here a little bit more. That will ensure that the clamp kind of rides right in here. I don't want to cover up that, but it is what it is. I haven't had any issues. I've put over 100 miles on it since I've had this on here. I'm a hard rider. You know, I go out for an hour, run hard, and then come home. Haven't had any issues. Hasn't moved from here. I don't see any, nasty black corrosion. It doesn't sound like it's leaking or anything like that. So as of right now, I just haven't found myself a solution yet. But anyways, we'll move on from there. Obviously, tidy tail. Just did the Amazon one. Comes with this nice little light, which is awesome. Not a big fan of the factory turn signals, but the fact that you can just integrate them right then and there for like 30 bucks was pretty nice. I didn't have to change these out. Eventually, I'm going to get the ones I think that go up in here and kind of integrated. I don't mind the factory tail. A lot of guys change these out. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I want people to know that I'm stopping and have my brakes on and it's nice and bright and don't have a bunch of integrated stuff in here to where it's doing too much. I want people to know I'm on the brake. I'm big about safety. So I had the whole R7 or R series carbon fiber thing on here and I was just sliding around too much on the tank. Got these thick rubber ones. They grip so much better. And honestly, I think it looks pretty clean with them. Everyone, is big quad lock, this and that. I don't really care about that stuff. If it holds my phone and it doesn't jerk around and jiggle, I think this mount was like 10 bucks on Amazon. I'm a big Amazon guy. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Amazon's junk. It's just Walmart, la-di-da-di-da-da. Personally, Amazon's a distributor, right? They get products from different companies and they just distribute it out. So obviously this is that company. It's not Amazon. They're just distributing it, same as, my sock, it was like $4 on Amazon, so, did a nice little carbon fiber overlay on there just to make that look a little nicer. My bike's super dusty. I apologize. Just to make that look a little bit better, a little cleaner. Definitely going to get some flush mounts for the front. I did the GP KDM ProZit windscreen, the GP windscreen. I did break one of my screws. I got some new screws with the little spikes just to kind of throw on there, look a little bit better. They actually came with flush and spikes, so I might not put the spikes on, just kind of depends on that. Factory mirrors, I think they look great. They work great. No issues there. So exhaust, quad lock, I guess, or whatever you want to call this. I ended up just using the factory one and drilling a hole through it. However, I bought one. I'm going to be changing that out today before I go on my ride. I bought one with it's pre-drilled in the center. This is just kind of a quick temporary thing. I'm not a daily driver. I'm just a 1 hour out, 1 hour back in type of rider. Hit the twisties, hit some on and off ramps, that type of stuff. I'm not too big on just riding for hours upon hours in straight lines. So with that being said, I do have a couple extra things that I'm going to be doing. I do have the frame sliders that are gonna go in here. Haven't got there yet. And I also have a radiator protector that kind of goes up in there. Obviously you can see I already have a ding there. It's hard to see in the video. And these don't have a protector or nothing on them. And obviously Illinois roadways, I'm in Illinois, I'm sure you've seen by my plate, but they're terrible, absolutely terrible. So I got a protector I need to put on there. I do believe I got to take a decent amount off because I think it like bolts up into there and stuff, and I haven't crossed that bridge yet to do all that. Got 1,000 miles on it. Right at that break-in, I did my first oil change. I tensioned my own tensioner. I've been a automotive mechanic for a really long time, so with all that being said, I kind of tend to just do my own work. My dad's been riding since, you know, the 80s probably, or even earlier than that. So he's always my go-to when I have questions and stuff like that. He's been around these things forever, trained at Black Hawk Farms and a couple other places, Road America, and did some stuff there. So nothing new to me when it comes to working on these things. This is pretty self-explanatory. Everything's pretty easy to work on. A couple upgrades I'm going to do in the future. Debating on the ECU flash, and here's my biggest kind of scared to do that ECU flash. One, everybody is talking about losing D-cell, acceleration, engine braking, pops, stuff like that. Do I like the pops? Absolutely. They sound great, especially on this SC Project exhaust. However, that engine braking is key coming into that corner. Getting that weight distribution to the front, trail braking, that engine braking works great. So I don't understand everybody like, oh, it's so smooth now. I can just let off the gas and it just seems like it's in neutral and coasting. You don't want that on this bike. I guess if you're lazy and just want to ride it, you know, to Kmart and back, or Target, or wherever the heck you're going, but engine braking works great, especially when you're coming in heavy into the corners and you let off and you're downshifting and you're getting heavy on the brakes. That engine braking helps stabilize this bike so much. I can't stress it enough. It does wonders. It really, really does. So I'm a little scared to send the flash out. You know, I'm not a numbers chasing guy. I'm an efficient chasing guy. I want this to be efficient. Fuel trim's efficient, things like that. I understand they run a little bit lean when you go and do the exhaust and like the snorkel delete or the stage 2 DNA or whatever you choose to do in there. Mine's still factory, snorkel's still there, just did the exhaust. And I won't lie, just doing that exhaust definitely woke this thing up a little bit. I don't know if it's just the noise and you know, the butt dyno feel, but it definitely woke it up a little bit, which is nice. No complaints on power. Honestly, if you guys need to go over 130 miles an hour, this isn't the bike for you. Rarely any tracks locally or around here, even on the straights. I mean, 140s, 150s. Obviously, leader bikes, they can go much faster, but your typical 600s, you know, they're 140s, 150s on the straights, sometimes 160s. And if you can get out of that corner quick and get tucked and get down there and get to that 120, that 130 mark, you're going to hold them 600s off. Especially seems you can brake a lot faster going into the corners, and just these things are great. You know, people that downplay these and say, oh, they don't have enough power, and oh, my buddies on the 600s get me. Well, get them on a track, take them through some twisties, learn how to ride this bike, and this thing's going to outshine almost everything on the road right now. I mean, it is spectacular. Came from an R6, had CBRs, been on thousands, had Harleys, been on dirt bikes, supermotos, Groms, the whole 9 yards. This thing is awesome. So not sure if I'm going to do that flash. The Dyno Jet, you know, or Power Commander PC6 it does exactly, I think, what I want it to do. Yeah, it's 500, 600 bucks. It's a lot more than sending it out. But I can ride this, I can order it, I can get the dyno jet, I can put it on there, I can fix the fuel trims. I don't lose any of the aggressive throttle because I like that snap. I like that aggressive crack when you're coming out of that corner. I enjoy that. I like that aggressive feel. It's something that the R6 lacked. You know, coming out of corners and getting onto that gas, you're just like, all right, come on, oh, there it is. With this thing coming out of the corner, you get on that gas, it's there. Like, oh, cool, let's go. So I think the Power Commander is what I'm gonna go to, just to make it more efficient with the air to fuel and everything like that. So other than that, 2025 R7, there's some of my mods, some of the stuff I'm doing in the future, and I will be getting a GoPro or something equivalent, chin mount. We're gonna be riding on the street. I'm gonna show you what I'm about, show you around my area, things like that. So cool. Thanks guys, like and subscribe.